Vekoma are mental. Recently, this Dutch manufacturer has been pushing more of their tilt coaster models, which, let's be honest, just look incredible. They essentially use a giant tilt track at the apex of the drop to tip the train down to the drop, essentially just following the same premise as B&M dives. But personally, unlike B&M dives, these things are not one-trick ponies at all. They follow with actual airtime and inversion field layouts and are just a spectacle to look at. This model actually originally debuted in 2002 with Gravity Max in a random park in Taiwan. And I'm sure most of you have seen this before because it's probably going to be the ride that you saw in the thumbnails for the top 10 scariest rides. But we have finally seen the resurgence of this model following the new age Vekomas, which is essentially rides such as Abyssus and Let Coaster, both of which are in Poland. But yeah, having experienced both of those rides, they are incredibly smooth, incredibly comfortable, and the inversions and airtime on them are just great. Which basically confirms these 3 new tilt coasters coming in 2025 are going to be awesome. Circuit Breaker coming to the Circuit of Americas, aka Coasterland in Texas, is the coaster that you can currently see in the background. This coaster was originally going to open a few years back, but it's been delayed until 2025 along with the other tilt coasters. It was just delayed so many times. The next one is Siren's Curse at Cedar Point, which absolutely shocked all of us. The reigning theory right now is that this coaster was originally supposed to be going to Energylandia, the park which has Abyssus, Formula, and other new generation Vekoma rides. However, they cancelled this project and the plans were thought to have been bought by the new Six Flags and Cedar Fair merged company. Then after that, red new gen Vekoma track showed up at Six Flags Mexico. Yay! Mexico's getting a tilt coaster. Yeah, no, that did not happen. I'm pretty sure Cedar Fair put this as Cedar Point as an apology for Top Thrill 2. So the Mexicans can be angry at Zamperla for that one. Anyways, those last 2 tilt coasters I mentioned are pre-designed layouts, meaning they are not custom. Circuit Breaker in Coasterland is one of their Pitfall model, and Siren's Curse at Cedar Point is going to be one of their Cliffhanger model. Obviously, right now, we don't know if they're going to release any more of these pre-designed layouts, but they look awesome. They provide a cheaper option for parks that are looking for niche-style coasters like a tilt coaster, and by my speculation, they are going to be crowd pleasers. I mean, they're cool to look at. You got all the Facebook mums taking pictures thinking their kids are going to die on it, which is always a bonus. But on a more serious note, these coasters wouldn't exist if they weren't safe. There are so many laws and legislations because of things that have happened before on more outdated rides. There's a 1 in a quadrillion billion, I don't know statistics, but like you're more likely to die 400 times from using a roller coaster once than the vending machine. I've got that the wrong way around. Yeah, my point is modern roller coasters are some of the safest things literally ever. So if you're scared, just ride them. And if you don't like them, you never have to do it again. But finally, we have got to the headlining tilt coaster opening in 2025. That is Iron Rattler coming to Six Flags Qiddiya. This ride is going to be an absolute beast. It's going to absolutely smash all of its respective records for the tilt coaster model. It's going to be 200 feet tall, being the world's first hyper tilt coaster. It's going to have over 4,000 feet of track, making it the longest, and it's going to be over 70 miles an hour, making it the fastest. It is also going to have 5 inversions, which is going to be the most on a tilt coaster, but that's a point I'll get to in a minute. But this ride is going to feature a custom layout and all of those things I've just mentioned. And for a second, can we just talk about those trains? These things look absolutely insane, and the lighting package on them is going to be absolutely awesome. I do think Vekoma are cooking so much with their train design recently. I don't know who does it, but like they are very cool people. Iron Rattler is going to have a 90-degree drop, a stalled emerald inversion. It's going to have a twist down. What is he going to do next? Oh, step up. And then we've got one of those Jimmy dive loop things. Then it does a diving turn around. Double 0 roll, which is going to be an absolutely insane world's first element. And it's been something that all enthusiasts have been wanting for a while. Camelback, step up thingy. We've got downwards barrel roll down drop. Then we've got a twisted hill that looks like the banking on that isn't too sharp. Another twisted section that we've got to turn around. Another shallow-ish twisted section. Corkscrew. Then hop up into the brakes. That looks very cool. But finally, onto the main point of this video. Could we see one of these rides, especially if they take the record-breaking route like Iron Rattler will, break the world inversion record? Maybe even the world's steepest drop? Yeah, those 2 records specifically, because I've made a concept layout for it, so yeah, here you go. Just a quick disclaimer, the FED file for this coaster actually corrupted, so I couldn't put this into No Limits 2, so you're going to just have to watch the hand-recorded POV for this, which isn't great, but it's the best I've got. yeah, please ignore the fact that was so long. Think of that as what Siren's Curse should have been. It breaks the record for the world's steepest drop, and it has 15 whole inversions, which would finally take the record back off the smaller Tilton Towers. But in my opinion, unlike that ride, this coaster wouldn't really feature any bad inversions, especially since this one would be a lot smoother than that ride. And it would feature a lot more airtime, a more diverse layout, and some never before seen elements before. I mean, this ride would be absolutely stacked. This is the notes page of every single element I wanted to include on that ride. That isn't all of it. To be honest, I don't know what park in their right mind would build this, but Energylandia, here's a new concept. On a real note, where would the next tilt coaster go? Because to be honest, looking at what they've already done with this model, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of them, maybe even before the end of the decade. For example, Six Flags Magic Mountain is a park that really needs a dive coaster style layout, and this is perfect. And Magic Mountain being one of the thrill capitals of the world, they really could get a stacked layout on this thing. Especially since they lack a real inversion monster, especially if they removed Viper. And apparently Scream has been rumoured for removal as well. Another park, or should I say set of parks, that I think would really benefit from a tilt coaster is some of those smaller Six Flags Cedar Fair parks. Especially the ones that should have got Siren's Curse, but of course it was sent to Cedar Point because it's the favourite child. Just kidding, I know it was basically the Top Thrill 2 apology, but it's funny. Parks like Six Flags Darien Lake, Six Flags America, maybe something like Dorney Park, even though they just got a B&M dive, but yeah, no, actually not Dorney Park at all. And for over in Europe, I could see a park like maybe even Phantasialand getting one. So far, it seems like it's a very themable model, and obviously that's what Phantasialand's known for. I could also see Energylandia sticking to what they were going to do originally and get a tilt coaster. But yeah, realistically, any park could get one, because especially if they get a pre-designed model, they seem to be very cheap, as there's 3 models already, one of which is a giant custom one. As usual, we've got pasta section. What do you think about the Vekoma tilt coaster? You're just gonna be weird? Hey, what do you think? No? Just, yeah, okay. You weird cat. That's basically all I have to say today. Comment your opinions on my FED tilt coaster creation, because that took me 8 hours of straight designing. Comment your thoughts on the tilt coaster, what park you think's gonna get one next, and thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, all the usual YouTuber stuff, and good ciao.